Welcome to Michael Talks Football Channel, and in episode 5 of Euro Previews, we have a nation that dominated between the late 2000s and early 2010s, and now with the new generation of up-and-coming and exciting players, La Roja España are looking good for this Euros. Spain are going to be one of the favorites for the Euros, but do they have weaknesses in their team? Well, we're going to break it down. We're going to look at a couple key players in this preview. So if you're new to the channel, if you want Euro content, this is the place to be. Remember to subscribe, remember to hit the like button. And further ado, let's get into the preview of Spain. So Spain's qualifiers were absolute domination. Their only loss was to Scotland away, which was the first game of the qualifiers. Other than that, they were completely flawless. And you can see there as well, they won the Nations League on penalties. And what I like about this Spain team, it's not always just about, we know it's Spain's identity. They are just addicted to it like it's crack. Possession, possession, possession. But this team have a dynamic attack to them. And they showed it in these qualifiers. Yeah, they'll keep the ball, but they have attacking players who can take on defenders. They have great midfielders with Rodri, Dani Olmo, Pedri. I can go on and on. And so when you watch these qualifiers, that game away in Georgia, they just destroyed them. I mean, it was a rain out, it was a monsoon. They didn't care. They destroyed them. And remember, Georgia did qualify to the Euro, so it's no easy opponent. Yeah, Scotland, they beat them at home and got some revenge. I'm not going to take too much into account of the friendlies that they had in March. They lost to Colombia. They fielded their B team. The Brazil game was just a wild one. 3-3, goals galore. But Spain are a team that are gelling together. Doesn't matter if it's not the same generation as the golden one from the late 2000s to the early 2010s. This Spain team are ready to make their statement at this Euros. Because recently, in major competitions, it hasn't gone well. Round of 16 in the Euros in 2016, group stage in 2014, round of 16 in the last two World Cups. They obviously made the semifinals last time around in the Euros and lost to Italy on penalties. So Luis Enrique, I think he did a good job to just stabilize it and bring in the new crop of young and up-and-coming players. Now under Luis de la Fuente, what is this team's goal for the Euros? Their goal is to make it to a semifinals. That's minimum. With the talent they got, and with arguably one of the best midfielders in the world and best players in the world, obviously you're not going to replicate what you did in the late 2000s to early 2010s. That Spain team is one of the greatest teams in football history. They won 3 major competitions in a row, and 2012 was an absolute demolition by them. 2010, yeah, it was 1-0 Merchants. 2008, exciting. You know, the final wasn't the greatest. They still did the job done. Can this team replicate winning a Euros? Maybe they can. And I'm very excited to see what they can bring to this tournament. And one is these two young players. Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal. And obviously you can add Kubarsi there, Pedri, Gavi, even though Gavi will miss the Euros. This new generation of Spain players are fantastic. They're fantastic, especially these two guys. What I like about Nico and Lamine is they are direct. I haven't seen Spanish wingers like this for quite a while. Or any attacker really who looks threatening, can beat a man one-on-one. You know, you've had your Ferran Torreses, you've had your Moratas, you've had all sorts of players. Ansu Fati, even though he got injured and really didn't have the career that we were expecting to have. These two guys are exciting. So yeah, maybe Spain will not win the Euros, but these two will bring the entertainment value at the highest possible at this Euros. For Nico, it's just been a great season with Athletic Bilbao to bring their first major trophy in 40 years. The guy's playing with confidence. He's playing with his brother. You can just see he loves the game of football. It's not really about money for him. It's just about enjoying it. And he's so direct. The pace he's got, able to beat a man, good decision making. You can see a couple times he's assisting to his brother Inaki. So Nico is a player you really got to watch out for at this Euros. You know, everybody's going to highlight Lamine because he's 16 years old. Nico is the guy we should be watching out for. Contender to win this Young Player of the Tournament award. I think he's definitely in contention, and he can really bring, well, maybe the focus might go more towards Lamine. That allows the Nico to shine. But 16 years old, Lamine Yamal. I mean, there's no superlatives, no adjectives, no words to describe what he is doing at the age of 16. No words. And you look at this Spanish team and you say, Lamine, you gotta step up. But we're not putting that pressure on him. He's gotta just enjoy the occasion, flourish, enjoy the spectacle that is a major competition, because this is going to be Lamine Yamal's first one, and he's most likely going to start, which is the crazy thing. He is going to start at the Euros. And could he play a pivotal role in possibly Spain winning this? Yeah, he could, because that's how good he is. So with these two guys, they just bring a totally different dynamic to the Spain team that they have been lacking for probably a decade. We haven't seen a clutch, and I'm talking about clutch. I'm not talking about Morata. Morata, yeah, he's gotten some goals here and there for the Spanish national team. I'm talking about clutch goals, like David Villa. Why can't these two do it? Why? Why? Are we going to trust Ferran Torres? Yeah, he can be a good super sub. I'm going to trust these two guys, because they have shown throughout this season they can be relied on creating a moment of magic that can be the difference, and you need that in the major competitions. You can be tactically ready, tactically prepared against other teams, but what makes the difference in World Cups and Euros? Individual quality, moments of brilliance, just like in the Champions League. And these two players possess that, so they are going to be very exciting to watch at these Euros. But let's talk about one of the best players in the world, and that is Rodri. Rodri, the guy's a monster. When was the last time he lost? Like a year ago? Year and a half ago? I mean, the guy is a machine. He's a machine. He's Thanos. Rodri is Thanos. And he's the best midfielder in the world. And people could say he's the best player in the world. I want to knock that. He's definitely up there as one of the best players in the world. And he is going to have to play a pivotal role in this team, because as the DM, and you're going to allow then Dani Olmo, Pedri then to dictate and push the ball forward, progress with it. Rodri's got to be just that solidified DM, keep control of the game, and we know he's the best at that in the world right now. Able to move with the ball, passing is great, getting a critical goal. Can you imagine if Rodri scores another winning goal in a final? I mean, add more to his legacy. He's already got a Champions League winning goal. I mean, Rodri can do that. He can do everything you want. Everything. And yes, the Spanish defense is not the greatest, so Rodri is going to have to be key in dealing with counterattacks, because that's the one thing I would say with the Spanish team is they're not the greatest dealing with counterattacks. If he doesn't play well, Spain won't succeed. If he plays well, Spain can go far at this Euros. But we just see his play with Man City. Beast. He's a beast. There's no words to describe also Rodri. Like, you know, we talk about Lamine Yamal 16. Rodri, I have no negatives to say about him. None. Maybe at times this season, yeah, he's looked a little bit slow in transition. I think it's just because City played crazy highlight. So Rodri, he is the key for this Spanish team. He is the best player on this national team, and he's got to play like it, and he's got to act like it. And I'm sure he wants to add more to his legacy. He's won a treble. He's going to win, I don't know, maybe 4 Premier Leagues in a row. Rodri's just building, you know, his cabinet at home is just going to be stacked with everything. Can he add a Euros to it? Luis de la Fuente. If people don't know, Luis de la Fuente has won the U19 at the Euros and the U21s. So he is very experienced in bringing up the younger players and flourishing with them and winning. That is another key thing, winning. Maybe he doesn't have the experience in club football, but international football, he understands how to get the job done. And what I like about Luis de la Fuente is, yes, defensively, they have not been the greatest, I think, since he's taken over. Attacking-wise, Spain look really dangerous. You know, they're averaging crazy amount of goals in the qualifiers. They're scoring 3 past Brazil. They got an attack and the midfield that can compete against anybody. The key will be, defensively, how does Luis de la Fuente organize this team? That's going to be the big issue. How do you organize this team? Who's going to be the 2 center backs? And obviously Carvajal is going to start at right back. So that's kind of sorted there. Luis de la Fuente has experience in these competitions. He knows how to prepare for it. He knows also how to mentally prepare the team. I think he's a good manager. He's a good manager, but it's going to be a step up. You know, youth football is completely different to men's football. So let's see how Luis de la Fuente can deal with the pressure, the press, everything about it. Because, yeah, U21, it will get some coverage. The Euros, everybody's watching. The whole world is watching, from Sri Lanka to Ecuador to Vanuatu. They're all going to watch you and see how you can deal with the pressure. Luis Enrique was just chilling on Twitch. And he just knew, hey, I don't really need to coach. The Spanish identity is within these players already. I just need to get mentally prepared myself. That was Luis Enrique. Luis de la Fuente seems like he wants to achieve something with this national team. Maybe it won't be now, but in the future with the players they're building, he can do it. So this Euros is key for him to show that he can be the guy who can lead Spain back to glory. He can do it. But will he do it? Time will tell. Now we get to the interesting part with this Spanish team. And that's why I really like these preview videos, because now we can talk about the players and how they're going to aid this national team in being successful. So the goalkeeper, Unai Simon. How many times do we watch Unai Simon and he makes a mistake for the Spanish national team? How many times? Just put David Raya in goal. Please. Unai Simon, I mean, we remember the mistake he made at the last Euros. I saw the mistake against Brazil in the friendly. How many more times is he going to have the mistake to say, yeah, you're not the guy? Just put David Raya. Raya, clearly, he's good with dealing crosses. Good shot stopper. I don't understand why David Raya doesn't start. He should be starting, not Unai Simon. Just my opinion. You let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, left back. In this game against Brazil, it was Cucurella. You obviously got Grimaldo. You got Jose Gaya from Valencia. Who do you start, people? I mean, you have to kind of look at what Grimaldo is doing. And yes, he's been in a left wing back position. Grimaldo has been balling. And that will then add another dynamic attack to this team. Even though they already have enough of it, Grimaldo with his set pieces, crosses. Yeah, maybe defensively he isn't the strongest and he's not really used to. At Benfica, who's playing in a back four. So I think Grimaldo should start, not Cucurella. Cucurella, I think he has a decent all-round game. Good on the ball. Defensively, I think sometimes is a little bit of a liability. I would start Grimaldo. That's just my opinion, but we'll see what Luis de la Fuente thinks. Now, the two center backs. In this game, it was Laporte and Lenormand from Real Sociedad. I mean, do you start Cubarsí? Because Cubarsí has been excellent since coming into the first team for Barcelona. Laporte, you know, I haven't watched a lot of Saudi League, so I can't tell what his form is. But I think with his experience, he's going to start. Who are you going to pair next to him? Is it going to be Lenormand? Is it going to be Cubarsí? Who will it be? I think Lenormand has been good for Real Sociedad. Maybe he deserves to start. But if Cubarsí keeps on performing, and we see that Luis de la Fuente trusts the young players, he might just start him. He might. And then obviously Carvajal is going to be right back. The midfield, it chooses itself. You got Rodri, Dani Olmo, and no, it's not going to be Fabian Ruiz. It's going to be Pedri. And if you tell me that midfield, is that the best midfield at the Euros? You got Rodri, the best midfielder in the world. You got Dani Olmo, who can be the creative number 10. And then you got Pedri. That midfield has everything. You have defensive steel with Rodri. You got a good progressor with the ball and passing of Pedri. Then you got Dani Olmo, the creative number 10, who can make runs into the box as we have seen many times before, and he's so tricky in and around it. You know, he scored a brilliant goal against Brazil. That midfield is going to cook at this Euros. It is going to cook. And the front three, I think it should stay the same. Even though I do not rate Morata whatsoever, and he's been cold in 2024. Do you put Ferran Torres? What about Gerard Moreno? Joselu? Okay, I'm just kidding about Joselu. So, look, this Spain team, if it is the one that I would pick, which would be obviously David Raya, Grimaldo, Laporte, Lenormand, Carvajal, Rodri, Dani Olmo, Pedri, Nico Williams, Alvaro Morata, Lamine Yamal, that is a great starting 11. Great. Yes, it is not comparable to the golden generation. It isn't. But it is still good because you almost have everything. The only thing this team lacks is a center back. I think if they could pair somebody next to Laporte, even though I would start David Raya, still want to trust him fully because we have not seen it for Spain. That's another position they could really improve on. But this Spain team, they got everything. Tactically, we know what they're gonna do, people. Do I need to tell you? It's like one of those books at the library. It's like book for dummies. You know what Spanish football is. Possession, possession, keep the ball, and tire out the opponents. But there is something different with this Spain team where they have that possession in their blood, but they also got the attack. They got the goal scorer. So Morata has to be critical at this Euros. You cannot miss 5 chances a game. You cannot be offside a gazillion times. Morata needs to step up. As the captain, yes, Morata is the captain of the national team. All eyes are on you. All eyes are on you. So you have to step up, lead by example, and do not be a mess up front. Do you people trust Morata as striker for this team? Could you imagine if this team had David Villa? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Que bueno. Oh, que bueno. But instead it's Morata. Morata is so frustrating because we saw at the last Euros, he did great against Croatia in the round of 16, and then, you know, he wasn't great after that. This is the time where you have to step up. You're one of the elder players on this team. Lead by example. Now the question gets, how far are Spain going to go at this Euros? Could you imagine if they go out of the group stage? That would be shocking. I honestly would be shocked if Spain go out of this group. Because yes, it is the group of death in my opinion. You got Croatia, you got Italy, and Albania are no joke either. This is not going to be easy whatsoever. So if Spain want to win this Euros, you're going to have to go through the gauntlet. You're going to have to go through Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, you name it. That's what Spain have to do in order to win this Euros. But this is also a good test. Face a group of death, beat the opponents, build the confidence. This group, I don't have a prediction yet. I think Spain will get out. I think Spain, based on the quality they have, based on the momentum they are building, I think for them, their goal is the semifinals. That's my prediction as well. I think Spain will make it to the semifinals of this Euros. Do I believe in it? It's a tough one. Spain have all the ingredients to cook up a good Euros performance. But the question will be, can their big players, Rodri, Morata, step up in the big moments? I'm not really too worried about Rodri. It's about Morata. It really is about him. But I feel like Spain can progress far at this Euros. And for me, it is a semifinals appearance. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. How far do you think Spain are going to go at this Euros? Do you think they can win it? So there we have it, people. The Euros preview for La Roja. Should be an exciting one. Really excited to watch Nico Williams, Lamine Yamal, Rodri, Dani Olmo. Oh, they're gonna cook. Oh, I cannot wait to watch it. But it's gonna come down to the defense. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, as we are previewing every nation for the Euros. The next country on the previews is Albania. So enjoy that, people. I will catch you all very soon. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. Until next time. Adios.